Was the eldest son in my family. And that one fact changed everything. Not just what I did, but who I became. I grew up in a small village with very little money, but the real weight I carried was the eldest son in my family. And that one fact changed everything. Not just what I did, but who I became. I grew up in a small village with very little money, but the real weight I carried was never about money. It was responsibility, pressure, and silence. And if you're the eldest too, you already understand what I mean. Being the eldest doesn't feel like a role at first. It feels normal. You don't question it. You don't complain. You just accept it. In my house, things were never easy. Money was always limited. Comfort was something we didn't expect. And my father, he was very strict. Not the kind of strict that teaches you gently, but the kind that makes you stay quiet. There wasn't much conversation in our home. No one asked how you felt. No one explained how life works. You just followed orders and tried not to make mistakes. And as the eldest, you are watched more, expected more, judged more. Even as a child, you feel like you can't afford to fail. There's something about being the eldest. You grow up faster than your age. Not because you want to, but because you have to. You start thinking about things other kids don't even notice. You feel responsible, not just for yourself, but for your younger siblings too. You try to be an example, even when you don't know what you're doing. And the hardest part, you don't have anyone to guide you. You are learning while pretending to be strong. You are confused, but acting like you understand everything. And slowly, this pressure becomes a part of you. You stop expressing. You stop asking. You just carry everything, silently. As I got older, I started noticing something else. Other people had clarity, confidence, direction, and I didn't. Not because I was less capable, but because no one ever taught me how to think. I realized I wasn't just struggling with life, I was struggling with myself. The way I saw things, the way I reacted, it all came from the environment I grew up in. And that's when it hit me. If I don't change this, nothing will change. I had to accept some hard truths. No one is coming to fix your life. Your family, your past, your struggles, they explain you, but they don't excuse you. Being the eldest doesn't make life fair. It just makes you stronger if you choose to grow. And the truth is, responsibility can either break you or build you, but that choice is always yours. I didn't change everything overnight. There was no sudden success, no perfect moment. It was slow, very slow. I started paying attention to how I think, to how I react, to how I see myself. I stopped blaming my situation and started working on my mindset. Little by little, things started making sense. Not perfectly, but enough to move forward. So if you are the eldest and you feel pressure, confusion, or even silence inside you, I understand. But remember this, you were not given an easy role, but you were given a powerful one. Don't let it break you. Let it build you. Because in the end, your life will not be defined by where you started, but by what you chose to become.